Hello everyone, this is Greyshot 117, probably going to lose his voice sometime today, but hopefully not, casting a game, round 2, with the victor of the last game series, round 1, being Asha, winning first game handily, but almost losing it in an upset to Badger, but luckily clinched through the jaws of defeat a victory from Badger and managed to move on with a 2-0 win. Anyway, helping Hans as well, it looks like won with his 2-0, so I wasn't able to cast his first set of games, but looks like it was pretty decisive as well. And with just a little bit of waiting, they geared up and ready to fight on the map. Jesus Christ, I'm going to butcher this name. Ploesti Outskirts version 2. Asha went British, which we saw him use very, very effectively in his first round. And helping Hans going austere, which is going a little different than what Badger picked. This time, helping Hans is going with Osttruppen, using the power of the almighty Osttruppen, which, again, you can always count on, or can you? But yes, they're coming on in. What they lack in offensive capabilities, they make up for in numbers and also, well, cheap reinforcement costs. Although, not as cheap as they used to be. I think they're, what, 120, 160 manpower, something ridiculous like that. But now they're 200. But yeah, Osttruppen Doctrine is now a doctrine in which helping Hans can no longer pick in the future, but we'll see how he does. Meanwhile, Hans coming in from behind on Asha. Asha losing his MG in the last time I casted him. It looks like it might be the same. Pioneers laying down the fire, doing a lot of damage to that Vickers machine gun. And by God, it's doing a lot of work. British infantry trying to stop it, but Osttruppen now advancing with a machine gun trying to suppress him as well. MG about to die. Hold on. Can the Pioneers do it? And with one model remaining, Pioneers take out that Vickers machine gun. Infantry section will probably recruit it, but still, that's a bit of a loss, because not only is that probably going to make the MG retreat, but it's at least going to make sure that infantry section falls back to base. It looks like he's going to use the one model to capture the point. Not too shabby. And use the Vickers in heavy cover to kind of watch the area and make sure the MG42 can advance. But good play by Hans in delaying the British advance, at least somewhat. Anyway, Osttruppen is capturing the northern right-hand side pretty effectively, grabbing that territory, getting it back under German control, and allowing for a good income. By the way, just as a quick heads up to everyone currently watching, if the power goes out or something, there is a massive thunderstorm looming off in the distance that has come across me quite a few times, so just putting that out, that if I just suddenly go offline, that is the reason. Oh God, of course I picked the day. At least I don't have to worry about blaring sun in my face, that's good. Anyway, machine gun does manage to push back some forces and repositioning to the heavy brush. We do have some infantry section fighting Osttruppen, with more Osttruppen building a bunker back at base, most likely for some heals. Universal Carrier being developed by Asha, most likely to counteract the Osttruppen. I'm assuming he'll go with the, let's see, Vickers, or, let's see, I mean, is he going with a Vickers, or is he going to go with a flamethrower? I'm going to go Vickers. I think Vickers would be pretty good, because even though it's a little more cover on the map, I still think a good suppression on Osttruppen, as well as the firepower he can inflict, would be pretty beneficial. But we'll see. Asha, by the way, for this commander tournament, with only choosing one commander, has been very ballsy with his commander choices, because he has essentially not chosen a lot of commanders unless do or die situations come up. So maybe Asha will not even choose a commander in this round if he thinks that he can win. But helping Hans is a beast, unlike many other players in Code 2. Very few players such as Nagano, Kimbo, Loveness, etc. Are of a particular set of skills that can really drive a wedge into a player. So I believe Asha will be forced to pick a commander, otherwise we could start seeing him be thrashed around pretty aggressively. Anyway, MG setting on up, and Osttruppen capturing the southern points pretty effectively. Grabbing munitions, actually, which is double munitions right now for Hans. Pretty good. Infantry section trying to move in and grab the fuel. But, yeah, that could be a small issue, because of the amount of territory and fuel currently under Hans' control is a bit of alarming. Meanwhile, Asha's putting a wedge right between Hans's line, pushing straight forward. Infantry section putting shots on the Osttruppen, bringing it very low on health, but overall, still fine. Osttruppen makes it back to base A-OK. The Universal Carrier has yet to pick something, but that's not because he can't. That's because, well, the platoon command post hasn't been built yet, so it's literally unavailable to him. So right now, the British are capturing a huge chunk of territory on the right-hand side, but Osttruppen coming in from the south, putting pressure along with Osttruppen in mid. Universal Carrier pulling on back as he most likely fears a Panzerfaust hitting him on the side and possibly making the Universal Carrier dead weight. But 222 now coming in development, hopefully coming in to seal the deal against the Universal Carrier, which, by the way, has yet to choose an upgrade. Vickers machine gun going on in, which will push the Osttruppen back. But what is this? Osttruppen coming in on the flank, pushing the Vickers machine gun out of position and forcing him away, which should allow the Osttruppen to push on in. The Pioneers as well going along the side, but British infantry have let down cover. I think this position is, well, hopefully it's not British, but it might be. Because it's mostly going to affect Hans more. But nice jobs. Suppression is going to keep the Osttruppen at bay, but more replacing cover along the side. Flamethrower upgrade. All right. I'll eat dirt on that. I'll eat crow and say that I was wrong. And unfortunately, though, Universal Carrier almost ate a Panzerfaust, but luckily Asha backs up before doing it, spouting more fire. And unfortunately, Osttruppen not in a situation to come in for the flank. But Vickers machine gun, what hit it, I wonder? Was it the MG42? Whatever the case may be, enough fire was done to push back the Vickers quite effectively. And we're still seeing Asha unable to bring up an effective form of AT. Universal Carrier could go in for the MG, but is very close to getting additional upgrade of armor-piercing rounds, which could devastate the Universal Carrier. Meanwhile, map control-wise, might turn in helping Hans' favor, although it's already a good chunk in his favor with the deployment of a 222, which not only pushed back a good chunk of his men because of lack of AT, except for Royal Engineer AT, but because he doesn't, well, he already has a good chunk of map control. And the Universal Carrier can't exactly fight that. Armored car is being developed, but it's going to be a good 20 seconds before it's really going to come out. Another probably 20 seconds before it's up to the front. Wait, what the hell? We have two 2-2s? Wait, so if you times a 2-2-2 by 2, do you get a quad 4? I'm just saying, it's the need-to-know answers of this game. Osttruppen moving on in. Gets the Panzerfaust. Asha taking the brunt of it. And unfortunately, 2-2-2 might die for it. But doesn't look like it. I think he's going to stay back. Not too shabby, all things considered. Anyway, Osttruppen body blocking the infantry section on retreat. Both light vehicles are laying down fire. Not able to get another model, though. But Osttruppen are taking over a huge chunk of territory and helping Hans, now deploying Panzer Grenadiers for some more elite infantry to dominate the battlefield, at least close to medium range. So not too shabby, all things considered. Asha on the back foot. This is not a clean victory like he won against Boro Badger in the first round. This is a more of a second round scenario. Boro Badger held a T-70 to Asha's throat. And well, it's curious to see how things go. Wait, did he just use a flamethrower on his own men? That spout of fire hit that building. I saw it. I saw you. Do we have a German commander in there? Maybe. Anyway, 222 pushing back the Vickers along the right-hand side. Armored car currently at a damaged engine, so unable to assist. Helping Hans dominating the map right now and keeping Asha at bay, who's trying to figure out an effective countermeasure to all of the infantry and armor that's just swirling around the battlefield, getting all those resources. And I do mean a lot of resources. 58 munitions currently going to Helping Hans' bank account, allowing for a nice, pretty pocket of munitions to be used at any period of time. Meanwhile, wait, hold on. And yeah, we have PyroSharks being developed by the Panzer Grenadiers, which will allow a more effective means of AT against the armored car, hopefully keeping them at bay. The Universal Carrier pushing back the Osttruppen, might be able to get another model or two, maybe 3. They're very weak on health, on fire. Infantry section more decidedly going for the capture rather than trying to get a model or 2 of the Osttruppen. Meanwhile, infantry section being pushed back by the 222s respectively. Do we have any teller mines on the field? I don't see anything. But that could also be a means to one-shot the armored car. And by God, I guarantee you Hans is probably well suited in the field of mines. But anyway, Asha placing a mortar pit, actually a pretty effective use of a placement, because with this thing, you could absolutely dominate not only the MG, but also the lighter Osttruppen with a couple mortar shots. Universal Carrier coming on in to burn away the Osttruppen. Armored car keeping the 222s at bay, though the second one may be gearing up for a fight. And to be fair, what are you doing? Wait, is that actually hitting him? Or is it just hitting the tank? Alright, this commander's drunk. Alright, are you just spouting excess fire at the fuel tank? Are you trying to make it explode? What are you doing, Asha? Alright, Asha's drunk. Get a ref in. He's just melting steel beams right now. Or like the crosswalk, the stairs. Anyway, Vickers machine gun at least guarding the mortar pit in the meantime. Armored car on standby. Mines being placed by Asha along the side. Commandos being deployed into his base. Maybe a Bren upgrade? Do we have that ability? No upgrades have been done yet to the infantry. No 5-man squads, no grenades, no Brens, nothing like that. So, yeah, very curious to see what he does. Because right now, we're seeing Hans get a bit more aggressive. Wait, he is an oh, I'm sorry. Hans did supply drop. So, that's how he is an MG34 and an MG42. Although, we all know which one's better. It's the one that equals 7. Absolutely. Makes perfect sense. I'm joking. Anyway, armored car pushing the 2-2 back. Pack gun as well, missing the shot on target. Commandos moving in. They're on hold fire, but they're clearly visible. Osttruppen, though, gonna be in a world of hurt with those commandos on the field because commandos can do a lot of damage very quickly. MG setting on up. Commandos going to throw that Gammon bomb. Can they do it? They will. They actually, I think, throw the smoke. Wait, oh no, Gammon bomb's being thrown. Oh, gets a good model and a lot of health damage at the very least. There's care going on the Osttruppen. Other Osttruppen pulling on back. Might leave a good position open on the right-hand side of the advance. Pack gun as well, focusing now on the Universal Carrier. So actually, that is moved away. Osttruppen very low on health. Could be picked off. Pack boy delays it, but last, no additional picks done on the unit. Armored car on standby, waiting for a chance to push. Meanwhile, on the right, Royal Engineers have the easy job, being like, I'm just going to go and capture some territory. And hopefully not be under fire. Anyway, mortar pit doing a lot of nice work. Opening fire with the mortar pit. Laying down suppression on the MG. Hitting it quite effectively. Anyway, armored car moving on in. We have a teller mine on the field, ladies and gentlemen. 222 backing on up. Armored car could eat it in just a moment if he goes over it. That's an insta-kill. That's a death wipe. That's a one-hit KO if the teller mine can hit it. But we do have minesweepers. We do have the counter so close, but not detecting it just yet. He needs to get a little closer. Hopefully he doesn't bite it. Commandos, though, definitely push back the Osttruppen, and that's going to be something that helping Hans needs to figure out how to deal with, because if those commandos continue to wreak havoc along the Ostier's forces, he's going to have a field day. Now, armored car heading back over to the left-hand side to deal with the 222. Vickers machine gun as well, doing some damage. Again, the Vickers does have some native armor piercing capabilities, so it does do quite a bit to a scout car, especially on Vet 2. Armored car opening fire, pushing it back. Osttruppen coming around, but again, we have mortar fire coming on in, doing some damage against the infantry. Commandos got pushed back, but caused a lot of damage to that Vickers. Luckily, it does have medics back at base. So the British does not have a medic squad. Something I will criticize for, because right now his infantry are coming back to the front weaker than how they are. Armored car gets hit by a Panzerfaust, weakening it down slightly, but not in a negative situation, because I don't think he has something to KO it. He could deploy an armored car, I'm sorry, 222 to kill the armored car, or maybe move in the pack, but both of which are out of range or don't have the health to really do a dive attempt. At least, quite honestly. Universal Carrier does not care. He's on top of a mine right now. 222 opening fire along the British infantry section, forcing it back. How is Hans currently doing with his upgrade path? He currently has Battle Phase 2 unlocked, but no building yet. So we could see that soon and actually deploy some Ostwind or Stug or something like that on the field. Meanwhile, Asha, on the other hand, has the ability to unlock the company command post, but is yet to do so. He's still on platoon. And again, right now he's using a lot of that manpower to keep his infantry section. Oh, nice bundle grenade. Nice Gammon bomb. Jesus Christ. And does he have 5-man squads? He does not. He does not have the ability unlocked. He's probably going to unlock the company command post, I assume. What's next, but we'll see. Pack and Panzer Grenadier squad lying in wait, trying to figure out where the armor car is going to go. Infantry section capturing the left-hand side, specifically taking the fuel away from Hans right now, which is good, delaying that armor as much as possible. Even by a few seconds could be vital in this game. Anyway, mortar pit, by the way, up to 3 kills, but there's not a lot of health damage, all things considered. So not too shabby. 222 pushing on right. Osttruppen under fire from the armored car. Again, not sure. Oh, okay, there goes the defensive nature. Mine being destroyed, so I guess he realized the mine over there and be like, I'm destroying that. No way the British are getting me. No way. Population-wise, it's very close. Asha has a slight lead, But that's about to change. Helping Hans says, okay, Stug's nice, Ostwind's pretty cute, but Panzer IV is where it's at, and that will be deployed very, very soon. But luckily, Asha is getting himself a 6-pounder AT gun. Realizing the situation at hand, he doesn't want to be caught without an AT gun, and at least we'll have that on the field as well. So again, he'll have double 6-pounders on the field, which is pretty sweet. He's going to be in a situation where that Panzer IV is going to be in a, definitely in a, oh, I can win, into a, oh, this is bad. I'm definitely at a deficit with the amount of AT currently being fired at me. But again, maybe he can use the Osttruppen for coverage. Maybe he can use the additional 222s to make the Pack 40s go in different directions. Who knows? Royal Engineers, by the way, trying to capture territory. 222s could kill them. Detonates the mine. Royal Engineers going to make a break for it and does manage to get back to base. Armored car got Panzerfausted or hit with something. I'm going to assume it was a Panzerfaust. Commandos lying in wait, hiding, waiting for a time to strike. But 222 reveals their position. They're still on hold fire, so they're being shot at. But they're like, maybe they'll go away. Maybe they'll leave us alone. And no, he's going after the Osttruppen, opening fire, forcing them to retreat. Nice little win right there. 6-pounder looking the wrong way, man. You're looking the wrong way. Although he did push back the 222, so maybe not. Oh, actually, no. Second 6-pounder opens fire on the Panzer IV. Now both of them have him in their sights. No matter where he goes, 6-pounder will be able to shoot him. Helping Hans, diving with the Panzer IV against them. Gets a great shot behind the AT gun and forces him back. Might be able to finish off the 6-pounder there. Other one trying to make a desperate attempt. Armored car needs repairs, but the Royal Engineer Squad are busy on the front, charging headlong in the battle. And this is a situation where Hans is really good with his micro, making sure that, again, all of his armor and stuff like that is just out of sight or out of range of those 6-pounders. Again, using also the terrain to his advantage, forcing the other 6-pounder to move behind, because if he moves in front, he could risk being hit by the MG. So really good job there. Got some good hits in and managed to get back. Now, we have another Royal Engineer Squad, but because of all the manpower losses, Asha's yet to upgrade, so we're not seeing armor. And this comes in a situation where, do you get more infantry to take down the armor, or do you get that Cromwell? Do you get that Firefly? Do you get a more medium armored vehicle to help combat? Well, it seems in this situation, Asha's doubling down with the infantry, which is not a bad thing. He can absolutely do so. We've seen in previous games where AT guns can wreck, but can Asha deliver the same goods as before? We'll see. Mortar pit now up to 5 kills. Vanity 2. Vickers machine gun now back in the building. We don't have a mortar, so it's going to be still a bit difficult for that Vickers to be thrown out of the building unless these... Wait, what? Oh, Panzer Grenadiers hit along the side and killed the Universal Carrier. Nice. Good hit by helping Hans neutralize the Universal Carrier. That thing won't be living for previous games. Panzer Grenadiers heading back to base after being pushed back by the British infantry section. Once again, pointing out no upgrades for them, so they're still at base value, meaning they don't expect them to have some miracle grenade throw or 5-man squad hits or anything like that. It's not a great situation for him to be in, but at least Asha is still fighting. And VP point wise, it's still very close. But helping Hans is the one in the lead. We've seen in the previous 2 games, Asha is the one in the lead. I don't know about helping Hans games. I'm assuming similar thing. But out of these 2 juggernauts, helping Hans the one so far keeping the VP points in his favor. We'll see for how long. Meanwhile, mines are being swept, it looks like. Or placed. Panzer IV diving the base. Hell of a dive. Going for the infantry section. Can he get the kill? Infantry section does remodel, but he's still close together. Diving into the base. The base takes a shot. Royal Engineers about to throw a... Oh my god. He's going back up to the mine, isn't he? Oh, he dodges the mine. Oh my god. Infantry section holding back the Osttruppen. Panzer IV looks like he'll be able to escape in one piece. My god, he was so close to eating it with that mine. The 6-pounders would have gotten him for sure. But alas, not the case. No, Asha could tech for a Comet. He has the fuel for it. But he just upgraded his base, so no, he's right now didn't even upgrade the company command post yet. Infantry section and mortar fire push back the MG, and they're desperately trying to grab the middle VP, but so far not the case. Pack gun pushing back the armored car. Panzer Grenadiers firing 222, possibly diving the armored car, trying to finish it off. Armored car though taking a lot of hits. Commandos retreating as well, and barely with Veteran C2, the machine gun puts enough bullets in to kill the 222. One of them has finally eaten it, and helping Hans a lot has finally lost an armored vehicle. Now he still has a second 222 on the field and viable for combat. We'll see how effective that is in a moment. The nice thing about the Osttruppen as well is even though the British are laying mines, he can hit one of those mines and be like, okay, cool. It's not as costly as, let's say, a Panzer Grenadier squad or an MG, because I still got 4 more models, or I still got a decent amount of health, all things considered. So not too shabby with the Osttruppen being themselves minesweepers, as well as having minesweepers. He might be trying, oh, okay, yeah, so he's upgrading for tier 4, the heavy Panzer Corps. He's getting that operational. He's going to bring out, possibly, in my opinion, I think the best thing to bring out would be a Brumbar, because right now we're seeing Asha with a heavy infantry game. If a Brumbar comes on out, we could see him be pulverized. Asha, by the way, again, he went with mobile assault, so he burned that doctrine. Same thing with Hans, he burned the Osttruppen doctrine, but the thing I could say about Asha is he does have a weapon that literally I just saw yesterday dominate the field of battle, and that is a mattress. He could deploy that on the field and absolutely crush it against the infantry, or he could save up for armor. He has multiple different pathways. I think armor is a smarter deal right now because you need something to hold back a lot of infantry on the field and be mobile, but I think a mattress later on could be very, very good at holding back a lot of helping Hans's defenses and whatnot. Commandos in cover, trying to hold their own and at least decap the fuel. They do that. Armored car rushing on in to save the British forces retreating. And yeah, he might actually get the kill here. But with Pack 40 lying in wait for him to come around the corner, armored car not risking it and backing on up behind the fuel tank that the Irish carrier sprouted earlier. Anyway, MG taking mid, again, VP point-wise, more decisively in helping Hans's favor, keeping things very dominant on his end. We do have a 6-pounder lying in wait for the Panzer IV to come right on in to assist. Panzer IV, though, going to pop a shot at the infantry section, misses the shot. Infantry section going to hold it its own. 6-pounder coming on in with additional infantry section. Panzer IV taking a number of shots, down quite a bit. Infantry section falling on back, and yeah, we're taking some losses in mid. Mortar pit doing what it can. Veteran C3, and yeah, that's going to be a hell of a thing to deal with. And with that constant mortar pressure, that's absolutely been helping out Asha. Now, population-wise, it's still incredibly close. It's still anyone's game, but helping Hans definitely has advantage. Cromwell pushing in on the Pack 40, Pack 40 pushing it right back. Commandos, though, as well, trying to push back the Pack 40 with an Austrian Panzerfausting, the Cromwell. And yeah, Pack 40 is going to back up. 222 is going to put pressure on the Commandos, but they will go for the decap. Will that cost them the unit? It looks like it won't in this situation. Also, nice veterancy with the Osttruppen and upgrade. Armored car advancing on the, on the 222. I think that was just trying to retreat. He's going to drop smoke. We could see a Pack 40 pushing on and try to kill it, but alas, that is not the case. Infantry section trying to take mid. The Hans does manage to keep the British away from the VP on left. VP on right looks viable, but it looks like as well the possibly some mines were placed on right by the... I don't see anything, so maybe not. Brumbar got pushed back by double 6-pounders. So, again, it did push back the infantry section, so that's at least a little win right there. Hopefully opening up the corridor for some Osttruppen to take mid. Also, all the Osttruppen have MG upgrades, so good job there. And again, that's a nice little bonus for extra defense. Again, Osttruppen with Vet 3 with MG42s, nothing to sneeze at. It'll definitely be pretty competitive versus a lot of this infantry section, especially because they don't have the 5-man squads. And again, I don't think that's a negative on Asha. I just think it's the situation at hand. He's versing a lot of infantry that's doing a lot of damage to him, and I don't think he has the ability to upgrade that effectively. Osttruppen holding on to this point. Royal Engineers, very low on health, and that's the other thing. I think Asha does need medic squads to keep his men alive. Royal Engineers going back to kill the armored car. Cromwell doing its best to hold back the Panzer IV. Commandos beating the Panzer Grenadiers handedly in battle. 19 kills respectively, forcing it back. Commandos were an excellent choice. Going in for the Pack 40. Can he get the kill? Cromwell diving on in. Railway about to hit this entire sector. Luckily, it looks like... Oh no! He retrieved the MG, but the Railway's like, you're not escaping me today, boy. And yeah, gets a perfect shot on the MG. Now hitting... knocking out the building. Mortar pits under fire, and will at least be not at least a decent threat for at least a bit of time. Asha, have you upgraded in the meantime yet? Let's see. if I can check his base out. No, you've not upgraded the hammer or anvil, but you have gotten the god of artillery, the land mattress. That is coming up on the field. The British are like, hey, those Koreans know about that mobile rocket artillery. That looks pretty swell. What if we get one of our own? AKA the Hwacha back in Korea. Was it 1596 they had those things? I want to say so. It was definitely during the Japanese invasion there. But the point of the matter is, they got their own mobile rocket artillery that looks similar to like the on the field. Anyway, infantry section going in for the decap of the VPs, trying to stop the bleed as much as possible. And again, the bleed is still happening via the right VP. Cromwell trying to hold back the Osttruppen. There's a lot of Osttruppen and a Brumbar over here with plenty of mines, so he has to worry about that. On the left-hand side, infantry section will grab the point at the very least, stopping the bleed, and hopefully... Oh, wait, nope. Panzer Grenadiers got mids. The bleed will continue against him. Meanwhile, 6-pounder backing on up. We got Cromwell as well. We got plenty of mines, but so far, no, they have not been able to snare any of the armor. Meanwhile, helping Hans is good enough to where he's getting himself a Panzerwerfer. So we're seeing a good amount of rocket artillery being deployed. The question is, who's going to be better, the Mattress or the Panzerwerfer? Honestly, still a damn good game, all things considered, and both sides have a huge population of men and resources at their disposal. 6-pounder opening fire on the Brumbar, gets a penetrating shot. Second round, opening fire, another penetrating shot on target. Panzer IV diving, 6-pounder out of position in terms of hitting it. Another shot on the on the Brumbar, and yeah, forcing it back. Turd shot on the Brumbar as well. Panzer IV weakening, I think helping Hans. Might not be paying attention. Oh, no, he is. Panzer Grenadiers coming on in, but they're taking a lot of damage. He's going to lose the Panzer Grenadier unit. Panzer IV really low. Armored car bites it. Panzer Grenadiers somehow managing to live. Cromwell managing to dive the Panzer IV. He's yet to get a kill on either the Panzer Grenadier or the Panzer IV. But what's this? Possible push on base may reveal a juicier target. And that might be the Panzerwerfer. Can he get the kill? He does not. Pack 40 trying to position itself around. Engineers trying to cover. AT grenade hitting the Cromwell. Pack 40 lining up the shot. This could be over unless a saving unit could come in. But the mattress is already fired. Cromwell trying to get the heck out of there. Panzerfaust possibly in the future for this Cromwell. And that would be disastrous unless we get a very lucky miss. Trying to hold back. We do have a Panzerfaust about to fire. Can he get that decisive blow? No grenades available to the infantry section. Again, the MG is currently gone. Last shot. 1 Malta remaining. Fires. Gets the kill. He sacrificed himself to knock out the Cromwell. And by God, he gets it. Infantry section also under fire, being pushed back, and a second Cromwell is under development. Infantry section being pushed back by the Osttruppen with the upgrade. They'll manage to get mid, and the left-hand side was under British control. MG trying to rectify that, but no, commandos coming in to decisively engage it and force them back. Overall, Asha lost a lot of men. We're helping Hans, although he did lose 1 Osttruppen, still managed to keep things pretty smooth, all things considered. He could have lost a Panzerwerfer. He could have lost a Panzer IV. He could have lost in even the Panzer Grenadier squad, but so far he managed to keep all of them in one piece. So really good job, all things considered. And now the commandos managed to be like, hey, I like your MG42. It's a pretty nice weapon. I'm going to grab it for myself. Not too shabby. Anyway, infantry section going in for mid, hopefully keeping the Pioneers at bay as the rest of them troops slowly come on up. Mortar pit, by the way, still trying to assist, but again, a lot of the targets are farther away, so it's going to be a little bit harder. Panzerwerfer coming in point blank. I'm assuming to hit some infantry very close to the front. Cromwell is now on the front. Mattress is hopefully coming up to do some more decisive blows. All right, we'll see how things progress. Right now, helping Hans has the lead. He has I would say he has the moral victory in terms of being, more decisive in the last place. So he has a little more morale going his way. He has the population going his way. He has the map control going his way. He has the VPs going his way. But can he continue that? That is the question. That is what is that is what we're trying to figure out here, ladies and gentlemen. Panzerwerfer opening fire on the left-hand side. Is it the commandos he's firing against? No, it's actually a mid. Apologies in that regard. Fires it. Is it toward the 6-pounders? It's to the 6-pounders and the retreating infantry, but he doesn't really do much with it. 6-pounder lining up a shot on the Brumbar, I think. Gets the Brumbar. Actually penetrates pretty effectively. Commandos currently fighting the Osttruppen. Mattress opening fire against support equipment could be devastating, especially with the retreating infantry. Can he actually hit something? Mattress so far so varied in its shots, not getting a lot of hits in on the infantry, but now it looks like he's starting to hit the MG. Oh, Railway comes in, knocks out one 6-pounder. Trying to kill the 6-pounder with the Panzer Grenadiers. Railway delivers a finishing blow on that. Mattress, how many kills you got? You got like 4, you got 3 or 4 kills with that volley. You might want to retreat that if I were you. Or at least reposition it so that way the Panzerwerfer doesn't knock it out. Asha does force the Germans back, but it's not a decisive blow. They're coming in full force. Again, dodging the mines, unfortunately. 222 pushing on in. Mortar Pit now in harm's way. Needs to brace itself right now. Luckily does. The Panzer Grenadier is going to fire most likely and not do a whole lot of damage. Cromwell, weak, coming on in to try to help it out. Gets a commander upgrade for a little more viability. I'm sorry, Cromwell. You're not going to fit through that tight space. Not going to happen. And right now he's doing whatever he can to keep this fight going. But Asha's on the back foot. He doesn't have a lot of men. He doesn't have a ton of munitions and fuel. He has a decent amount. But helping Hans has the manpower, has the fuel, has the population. But can he do the decisive action he needs to? Commandos. Oh, great grenade on the retreat. Can he finish off the Panzer Grenadier squad? He does. Nice win right there via the Commandos, showing why they're the best close range infantry right now on the field of battle. Panzerwerfer trying to rectify the situation or kill this. We'll see if he can kill either or. No, Panzerwerfer showing, no. Your shots aren't going to do all that much. A Panther is now being developed, and yeah, he's going to need some serious AT in order to deal with all the armor currently helping Hans at his disposal. So I just won the infantry game that just allowed a Panther to be developed. Oh god, this is going to be bad for Asha really damn quick. Wait, maybe not. Panzer IV may have overextended itself. Cromwell and 6-pounder opening fire. Can they deliver a decisive blow to the Panzer IV, who's right now blitzing away? No. It looks like they cannot, but they weaken him down to where he's going to be out of action for at least a little bit of time. 222 now opening fire on the Royal Engineers are going in for the middle VP. But what's this? A Brumbar coming on in to hold the line and deal that damage, reversing the Royal Engineers. Opening salvo does not do all that much, and Cromwell is still there, but Pack 40's lined up for a decisive shot on the Cromwell, forcing him back and keeping him at bay. He's trying to do another shot. Well, what's this? Mattress opening fire. I think he's hanging the Pack 40. He gets one shot on it. Infantry's now coming on in on it. Actually, the Brumbar's now taking some heat from all those Mattress shots. Hell, the Mattress is still hurting him at base. Not killing any models, but definitely weakening him quite a bit. Mattress getting up to veteran C1 with that salvo, so that's good to see. 6-pounder opening fire against the Panther, and looks like he did at least one decent shot on it. So that's good. Meanwhile, we have a push on right. Once again, Commandos showing why they're on top. Gambit Bomb going off. Can we kill it? And he's down to a single man and forced back to base. Nice shot. Commandos really keeping Asha alive, like Boro Badger's T-70 or his half-track before. But Panther coming on in, keeping him at bay. 6-pounder going to do a lot of work. Right now, second 6-pounder desperately needed on the field to keep the enemy at bay. Asha going to need to deploy a Firefly or something to keep things going. But helping Hans that pop cap with, a nice decisive Panzerwerfer, killing an infantry section on the retreat. Good job with the Osttruppen. Looks like you can count on them. MG kind of moving on in. It is an MG42. Infantry section, though, behind cover, it looks like, or at least getting the bonus, putting a lot of pressure on the MG. Though VP point-wise, it's still in helping Hans' favor, with his infantry dominating the left and middle VP, keeping it under his control. Oh, boy. Mattress looks like it is 20 seconds away from firing. Royal Engineers getting the Cromwell back in action. Right now, Commandos have to literally keep this game alive. But Brumbar coming on in. Panzerwerfer is still a ways off from firing. Brumbar missing the shot, doing a little health damage. But he will take mid, at least for right now. Dropping smoke, maybe allowing other infantry to move on in for the cap. But what's this? Brumbar saying, no way, Jose. Coming in with a long salvo shot. They keep the infantry section and force him to retreat. Cromwell, again, not even veteran, versing a Vet 2 Panzer IV with 25 kills. This recruit's going to need to do a lot of action to keep that thing at bay. 6-pounders could move on up. Still, a very close game. Brumbar pushed back the Royal Engineer squad, forcing him back. Osttruppen pushing back the double 6-pounders. Infantry section trying to keep the Osttruppen at bay. but even at veteran C3, it's going to take quite a lot of shots to force him back. Pioneers, no action on the left-hand side. Asha doesn't have a very large army anymore. He's down by, well, Helping Hans standards, he's down by a good third of Helping Hans' men. Great Brumbar shot. Commandos could die right there. They're firing salvos and additional shots, but no dice. Hold on. Hold on. Pack 40 under mattress fire. But unfortunately, the salvo is not condensed enough. Wait, gets one random shot. Can we get another? The kill. Nope. No dice, and the mattress only 8 kills. And again, with the mortar pick gone, the infantry's not really taking as many losses as they were before. Not as much health damage. So right now, Helping Hans infantry is looking pretty thick, all things considered. At least with health-wise, they're looking pretty stable. Hold on, 6-pounders moving in position. Panzerwerfer opening fire, possibly right here. We could see a decisive blow, and we are. Actually, I think it detonates one of the mines. Gets a double kill with that Panzerwerfer. Kills the 6-pounder. This could be it, ladies and gentlemen. Mattress is down. 6-pounder trying to hold the line, but without a serious piece of equipment like a Firefly, this game may be done. This game might be over. Cromwell doing what it can to hold back the armor, but it's too much to bear. Brumbar and Panzer IV focusing on the 6-pounder, and that is it. Asha throws in the towel, and that is game 1 of round 2. Overall, a fantastic game where Asha and Helping Hans went toe-to-toe, but once Helping Hans started getting a little more superiority on the battlefield, Asha was on the back foot. He had some units, like his elite commandos, holding the line, but even them, with I think like 31 kills, was not enough to hold back the mighty Osttruppen and the rest of the forces. Okay, really it was the Panzer IV, I think, that helped seal this deal, along with some great mine placements, some really excellent coverage of infantry on the armor. So Helping Hans was never in a situation where he was a serious viable target. The Panzer IV was weak on the retreat. The Panzer Grenadiers were weak on retreat, but he always had something there, so the Cromwell couldn't dive on them as effective as he may wanted to. Anyway, good game, all things considered. Let's double check the stats and give my final wrap up on things. But great job Helping Hans with a nice win right there. So good job on your part. Let's double check this after action report finally to see the damage done by Hans as well as on Asha. Let's see who pulled out on top with damage and kills and all that thing combined, while I currently drink some coffee and slowly lose my voice. Currently, Asha had more damage. That makes sense. He was dealing with more armor and actually got more kills. But also, British usually have... I mean, I can see that. Right now, Asha was currently fighting an enemy with actually more models for a change, which, again, with the Osttruppen. But, hey, they did work. They did exactly what they needed to keep the enemy back. But, yeah, Asha and them did a really good job. Unfortunately, that's a great situation. 16,500 damage for the 6-pounders. But, alas, not a single kill. Angry Dutchman just hosted the stream with 25 viewers. Thank you very much, Angry Dutchman. Perfect timing on that. Thank you so very much. We just finished up Helping Hans and Asha's first game with a Hans victory. So really great to see there. Thank you again. And hopefully, Angry Dutchman, you did well in your set. I will find out in just a moment. But anyway, what do we see? Again, no kills there. Meanwhile, we switch over the Hans. And yeah, 2 kills. Not as much damage, but still, he was fighting less armor over all things considered. But yeah, really good job by Hans, keeping map control on his point, doing very good job with his armor and keeping them alive and on point. The rocket artillery aspect via Asha, I think, wasn't as good as he might have wanted to. I think the mattress shots, he needed to either be closer or maybe a little bit luckier. Whatever the case may be, the mattress wasn't what it needed to be in terms of the damage dealer to hold back the infantry. Whereas the Panzerwerfer, I feel like, definitely opened up a few shots where he was able to kill infantry section or other units on the field. But yeah, Asha was just on the back foot after a certain point, and unfortunately never was fully able to recover and deliver that decisive action against Hans. Which also good on Hans for allowing that never allowing that situation to play out where you have that again, that perfect opportunity to knock out of those men like we saw in the previous game. Helping Hans never allowed Asha to really... There was one time, but he still had coverage. So really good job. Also, Helping Hans, I will say this, he did get very lucky. There were quite a few times where Hans Panzer IV almost ran into mines, and if he was just slightly to the left or slightly to the right, he probably could have delivered that decisive action, but that did not happen, unfortunately, for Asha. And that Panzer IV was never trapped, never hit by the 6-pounders, and never taken out. But I don't know if that's because he saw the mines previously from Minesweepers, or if he was just very lucky. But very good job, all things considered. I hope all of you are back. I hope you all are ready to go, because we are set, we are live, and we are ready for Game 2 of Round 2 with Asha versus Helping Hans. And for those who are like, wait a second, hold on, things look familiar, slightly. We have Defensive Doctrine with Osttruppen going into play versus Helping Hans, who went USF. So Ost2 versus USF on, gonna butcher this name once again, apologies, White Flash Reborn, Ploesti Outskirts. It's probably a very significant town, but I'm butchering your name, so apologies for that. But I'm terrible with names, and you all know that, so, you know, we'll see how things go. Anyway, Helping Hans deploying a basic setup of riflemen and rear echelons in this game, and Asha is going with that Defensive Doctrine, which is going to allow for Osttruppen. Maybe he can allow the Osttruppen to ride him to victory, same thing Hans did. But I don't think the Osttruppen were the sole factor for Hans winning that game. But we'll see. We'll have to see. Right now, Asha is down 1-0. He's going to need to come back hard this game and turn the tide. Hopefully he does that. Nice defensive position by Helping Hans that Asha hopefully can't use against him. MG being set up. Hopefully will suppress and keep the echelons back. Connecting the territory will allow munitions and fuel to come directly to him. So nice job focusing that. At least gets a little more resources a little quicker than, let's say, going for a couple capture points. Alright, so right now Asha deploying 2 Osttruppen for the initial salvo and also placing down some cover defenses in order to keep things under his control. Meanwhile, Rifleman going on the going for mid, and VP point wise though, it looks like Hans is going to be ticking off the first VP against Asha, so good job there. As long as he can capture this point, even if he captures mid, that's still 1 VP against him. Pioneers now using the cover. Hans made himself against Hans. Not great. not a great situation. Now you may be asking yourself, Greyshot, why doesn't Asha go German infantry? Well, he can't. That commander has been terminated because of the fact that this whole tournament is based on tournament is based on the idea that you can only choose 1 commander at any given time. Now, I honestly do not know what Helping Hans went in his first 2 games, but I know that he can't use whatever he chose. So he can either go no commander or whatever commander he did not choose in his first. He picked something. I don't know if it was American, but whatever he chose for that commander, he cannot use anymore. Anyway, Rifleman, which is weird because he's not getting any more infantry. Meanwhile, we have 3 Osttruppen on the field. By God, using force in numbers, taking mid and pushing along the sides. This Rifleman is now hiding behind a large container, trying to wait for reinforcements. We have a lieutenant on the field, so he's rushing for that. Interesting. I guess he was just waiting to figure out what he should do. But yeah, lieutenant's on the field, which is going to allow a steward. I mean, that's viable. And also a 50 cal, which is very good. We see Hans do some really nice MG play. But we also seen Asha just say, hey, that's some good MG play, and just blow it to Kingdom Come. So again, we'll have to see. Osttruppen, unfortunately, not dealing as much damage as he may want to. But luckily, he has some fire support coming on in with an MG42 suppressing the Rifleman squad, forcing it back to base and allowing forcing the other Rifleman squad to go the long way, either back to base or just away from that MG. Meanwhile, on the right-hand side, oh my God, Asha's been busy. Asha's like, hey, you know what? I see what you're trying to do here and try to counterattack, but what if I place a S minefield to make sure that if you come this way, you explode? Luckily, Hans counters that by, alright, well, I'll just get Minesweepers then. It's not that big of a deal. And yeah, he'll have to clear up all these mines, but we'll delay him a little bit by having to pick up all these mines and slowly get through it. Looks like Hans is going with a ambulance next to try to make sure his infantry at top capacity, as well as getting a 50 cal, hopefully to keep the enemy at bay. Right now, still very close on VPs with Minesweepers picking up those S minefield. Oh my God, Lieutenant being pushed back by the Panzer Grenadier squad. Asha's like, oh, you have a close range unit? That's adorable. I have one that's way better. And yeah, the Panzergrenadier squad easily pushing back the Lieutenant. We're right back to base, while Osttruppen backing them up and pushing their echelons back. Which, by the way, they didn't get all the mines. There's still some left. Scattered, but there's still some. Osttruppen now have to deal with riflemen, but they go back to cover, holding the line strong and trying to keep the enemy back. Wait, did Hans lose a rifleman squad? No, I don't think he lost a rifleman squad. I will double check to verify. Yep. Let's see. No rifleman squad has been lost. He just only chose to build 2. Which again, I thought, I was like, wait a second, maybe I did lose something. Maybe he did lose the squad. No, he did not. So Hans is in a situation where he's, I'm assuming, rushing for light armor. 100% viable strategy, especially versing Asha. Because we can see right now, Asha is going with a scout car. Now, he could go with a captain and get an AT or a half-track to kind of counteract that stuff. He absolutely could. But Hans is seeing more of the viability of long-term of a steward. A steward is very, very good, not just early game, but later in the game, because its abilities allow it to pin and, well, what's the word I'm looking for? Cripple armor. So again, it could be very good for holding back Panzer IVs or even Panthers by shell shocking them or knocking out the engine if it's lucky. Luckily, the Lieutenant's close range capabilities would work wonders against Osttruppen, forcing it back. MG, unfortunately, not in a great position, not able to suppress the Lieutenant, and the Lieutenant is going to keep moving forward. But the 222 is on the field. Now, will he get a double 222 and make a 444? Unsure. But we do have a bundle grenade getting a great shot on the Lieutenant, hitting him on the retreat. Can he get the kill? And he does. That's a nice wipe on Hans, who lost a very valuable piece of infantry, because that could also be equipped with, well, it's not just good close range. It's meant for also bazooka fire for hitting back and holding back armor. So again, losing that unit, kind of important for Hans. So that was that's Hans's first loss. Luckily, the infantry is healing, and he should be able to deploy a steward shortly. But Asha, I think, realizing this, is going to start placing teller mines. Very good maneuver right there. Unfortunately, I think he saw the enemy might have seen him or something. Oh, okay, yeah, the riflemen are here. So yeah, that would have absolutely spotted the Pioneer squad laying down that teller mine. So he is in a situation where he's like, no, I'm not gonna place it in front of him because he's gonna see it. Let me figure out, where do I place the teller mine? Over here? Over here? You know what? I'll put it in next to the crater. That's where I want to place a teller mine. A rifleman's gonna push shots on the scout car. Again, being in the building, the rifleman can go toe to toe with the scout car, but I don't think he can put the kill blow in or put enough DPS. Helping Hans deciding, you know what? I need to bring out the big guns. I'm going to bring up recon support. And the reason why he does that, he's going to deploy a low care package for him. Low combat group. And again, it's only 380 manpower, 80 munitions. So maybe saying, well, that's a lot. Oh, nice shot with the AT grenade on the scout car. Possibly another shot. Another shot. Rifleman might be able to use just sheer rifle fire to defeat the 222. Now, can he put the decisive action in? Firing at will on the scout car. It is really low. Panzergrenadier is pushing back one rifle squad. Going in. Has the ability for bundle grenade. Not enough. This 222 is down. And they're forced back. Hitting him on the retreat. Nice bundle grenade. Could knock him out. And he does get a model. Weakening his health down as well. Rifleman taking some additional fire and losing some additional models. But no decisive kill right there. And again, for those who are wondering why he went this, yeah, he went with paratroopers. Now, this paratrooper support squad is slightly different than another paratrooper squad. Also, we got a howitzer, which is always a nice little win when it's like, I can go lieutenant and I still get a howitzer. Win-win. But anyway, the reason why he went this is most likely to either A, have a incredibly effective means of AT because, well, bazooka expert allows the paratroopers to be very good at AT, but Rangers are slightly better. I will say that. Rangers are better because they get another bazooka within their ranks. But he can also equip them with LMGs and make them super effective against infantry at longer ranges. Whatever the case may be, he needs to do something quick because, well, map control-wise is certainly not in his favor. Osttruppen about to Panzerfaust to Stewart right as it deployed. Unfortunately, not allowing it to do what it needs to before a PaK-40 is deployed on the field. Paratrooper having a rough day versus a 222. Pioneer squad being pushed back. Probably not going to be picked off, unfortunately. Rifleman capturing the left-hand side. Howitzer being recruited and healed up. I love how he's just like, hold on, 222, give me a second. I need to heal myself. Wait, is he gonna put pressure? He's firing on the Steward, but it healed itself. 2-2-2. No infantry support to speak of. Is now under fire. Gets shell-shocked. And yes, Steward's putting a decisive blow. Hit after hit on that 2-2-2. Can he finish it off? Fires through the brush. He's going around. Osttruppen could fire on it. He's going back on up. One last shot. Misses target. And alas, the 2-2-2 is not dead. Far from it. It makes it back to base. With the skin of its teeth, it manages to survive around with the Steward. Very, very ballsy move to piss off a Steward. But hey, he thought he could maybe hit it while its engine was still knocked out. Alas, it was not. The crew's just got it repaired, and he's fine. I love the MG. Just like, yeah, we're in the minefield. It's okay. It's fine. Oh, thank you, Tommy Co, for rating with 12 viewers. Sorry it didn't pop up. It didn't want the stream to be interrupted. But I will give you a shout out in just after the game as well. I'll pop that up. Panzer Grenadiers opening fire on the riflemen, forcing them back. Nice decisive action right there. Allows Panzer Grenadiers to grab the VP and hopefully continue the bleed against Hans. But yeah, right now Asha is currently losing points. But again, he still has a good lead ahead of him, so he has a bit of time. Resource-wise, fuel-wise, it's even. Munition-wise, it's definitely in Asha's favor right now, which is not great, especially if you want to upgrade these riflemen with bars or have them with grenades or anything like that. Anyway, 2-2-2 is coming back to the front. We have a... Oh my god! We have a Greyhound? What? I'm just gonna say this. It's been a while since I've seen a Greyhound on the field. At least, to me, it has been a while. So the fact we're seeing this baby on the field, oh boy. I remember the good old days where the canister shot was literally a one-shot KO for blobs. And you would just see, and again, I have video of this, of just body parts flying into the field of, just from all directions. It was glorious. Now, unfortunately, it's been a little bit nerfed. So it shouldn't one-shot infantry, but it's still an effective means of holding back lighter vehicles and infantry alike. And again, I feel like helping Hans is trying to keep the pressure on Asha, keep the armor, push him back, deliver a decisive blow, and keep the map control back in his favor for the foreseeable future until he can come up with something else. Either bring up additional AT, which again, he's kind of lacking. So again, if Asha unfortunately does manage to rush up for a Panzer IV, he's going to be in for a rude awakening unless he gets a bazooka team or something like that on the field. Howitzer at least pushing back the Osttruppen in the building. Echelon cleaning up the mines on the right. And also on the left-hand side, Riflemen capturing the VP. We have Osttruppen coming on in. Also more Teller mines placed. By God, they're everywhere. But Riflemen trying to push shots. They're behind some good cover. Riflemen will at least should be able to grab the point, but I don't think they'll win the battle. Osttruppen and Panzer Grenadiers over in the same vicinity. Paratroopers on standby. No upgrades yet, but I think helping Hans either waiting to upgrade or just not doing it in the foreseeable future. Howitzer opening fire, pushing the Panzer Grenadiers back. Pack gun pushing the Greyhound back, which I keep thinking of the movie with Tom Hanks every time I say it for Greyhound. By the way, not a bad movie. Not a bad little movie, Greyhound is. Unfortunately, it's on Apple Plus, which, by God, good luck finding that if it, on anything that's not a normal PC or Apple device. But anyway, not too shabby of a movie. Anyway, good job with the MG keeping the Osttruppen back. And remember, keeping the 222 back, because if he comes in, activate the 50 cal, and that thing will be gone in a flash. But again, Asha needs this victory. He is being pushed back. He needs the counterattack and push back Hans. Because if Hans does manage to win this, and by God, Hans is coming back again with that little comeback maneuver. And looks like he got the captain, so he's going to have that form of AT. But that will delay his armor. But I think that's a necessary sacrifice in this case because he has a good chunk of armor. If Hans cannot, if Hans wins this, Asha is done. So he needs to come back and come back strong. Right now, Pack 40 gets a decisive action on the Greyhound. Also, Bundle Grenade pushes the paratroopers back. But once again, they just come back in heavy cover. And now, they're about to get some LMGs, baby. Perfect timing, too, because Panzer Grenadiers come on up being like, okay, we can win this. Oh, maybe not. Actually, no, they did win it. Good job on their part. Paratroopers taking some hits, but they're low enough they need to pull on back. Steward as well providing some nice coverage, so even if they were to stay there, they probably would have taken decisive action. Yeah, Riflemen walking straight up to an MG. Fun fact, World War I, they found out that walking straight into an MG, not the most viable option. Fun fact, I know, it's counterintuitive, but you figure a hail of bullets is not something you just want to walk into. Anyway, Greyhound getting some quick repairs in. We have the AT gun on the front now. And we have a Panzer IV being deployed by Asha. So going for the medium armor. Hopefully this is what Asha needs to counteract a lot of the lighter vehicles that, well, Hans has deployed. Luckily, some nice Panzerfaust and a pack fire did push back the Stuart. Going in for quick repairs, but wait a second. Hold on a second. Panzer IV could deliver a decisive blow. He gets back in at the last moment. Panzer IV misses the shot on the Stuart. Stuart trying to run for its life with the Panzer IV giving chase. But alas, Panzer IV knocks out the Stuart and delivers a nice little win for Asha. So very good to see, because now Asha doesn't have to worry about being shell-shocked or, you know, have its mobility impacted. No, he's going to be completely fine for dominating the right-hand side and hopefully pushing back Hans, which he absolutely needs to, and by God, looks like he has. His infantry have captured a lot of VP points. His Panzer IV is pushing back his riflemen. AT gun is on the front, but repositioning to hit the Panzer IV, which now it might have a decent shot to, but if the Panzer IV pulls back behind that container, AT gun's gonna have a hell of a time hitting it. Luckily, one shot did pen, second shot did not, but he does push it back. 50 cows guarding this area. There's still some teller mines on the field he needs to worry about. So the Greyhound will have to kind of compensate for the lack of Stuart. But looks like also he's building another M1 on the field to really try to keep the Panzer IV at bay and hold back the armor. Possible? No, yeah, Captain winning. Losing the fight against the Panzer Grenadier squad, so at least that VP will stay under Asha's control, and that will put a ton of pressure on Hans to get any VP point under his control. But we have a pack gun that decided to not capture the munitions, instead go after the Greyhound. Paratrooper with LMG doing work against both the armor and infantry alike, but how long can he continue to do that? Looks like as long as he wants to. Paratroopers win the fight. Riflemen pushing on in, backed by the 50 cal. They should be able to grab mid pretty soundly. But what's this? Panzer IV going in for the dive? What? What is he diving? AT grenade and AT gun. Asha, what are you doing? What is this dive? Was he trying to go for the ambulance? Ambulance repositioned, buddy. Oh my God. All right, we got forces coming on in. Asha making a big mistake. Luckily, bounce, the first shot, the M1 bounce, second shot doesn't fire because it hits, or at the very least the building protected it. Panzer Grenadiers trying to stop the rifleman from throwing a AT grenade. Hold on, bundle grenade being thrown. Decisive hit on the rifleman, but not enough to kill it. And unfortunately, the Panzer IV goes down. And why not? Because I haven't seen the Greyhound in so long. Let's get a second Greyhound, boys. Tom Hanks would be proud. Alright. Anyway, second Greyhound on the field. The first one is opening fire on the Osttruppen, trying to keep that sucker back. No idea what that Panzer IV was trying to do. I'm assuming killing the ambulance for a quick hit. But alas, that costed Asha a very valuable unit. But it is allowing a little bit of time. That's the one thing I will give credit to. Right now, helping Hans is still going to take a minute before he counters and starts taking a lot of these VPs back. He's still taking some. The right-hand side is firmly under his control, but it's still going to take a little bit of time. Also, unfortunately, this MG got decrewed, which is a nasty blow. But Osttruppen getting that back up real quick and hopefully allowing him to retreat. Now we have double Greyhounds opening fire, giving chase. But what is this game right now? What is Hans playing at? I don't know, but Pack is currently keeping Greyhounds back, firing another salvo, hopefully hitting target. Nope, it misses, just like the torpedoes against the other Greyhound. Not able to do a decisive blow. And yeah, Greyhounds still on the field doing what they can. By God. Riflemen grabbing the VP on left. And yeah, they're grabbing mid as well with Riflemen. Population-wise, while Panzer IV is in development, helping Hans will still have lead with both a good amount of frontline forces that are very, very potent and also some good, some good armor support. But with the Panzer IV, yeah, that's going to definitely put the Greyhounds in their place. But you had double Greyhounds and double M1s? even I don't think the Panzer IV can really fight that. It's going to be a hell of a close, you know, battle, but I don't think that's going to help. But we'll see. Right now, Greyhound opening fire, and the MG suppressing the Panzer Grenadiers. Osttruppen coming on in, but the other Greyhounds keeping it at bay. More Osttruppen coming in, doing a very large push on the left-hand flank, while the right-hand side is firmly under American control. Hans, oh, Pioneer Squad going after it, but Hans not really reacting too quickly to it. Deciding that the left front is more important. Panzer IV pushing on the right-hand side, away from all the action, and pushes back the Paratrooper Squad. Although M1, raring to go, unfortunately does either bounce and or miss. That was the definite bounce. And unfortunately, Panzer IV still doing A-okay. Not a lick of damage on that thing. Good job. And Asha is able to control the left VP, at least stopping the hemorrhaging that was going on. But he's still bleeding, and he needs to patch that bandage by taking another VP. But looks like that might be possible with the Pioneers in mid. But nope. Riflemen say, get off my point. And easily force him back off it. So very good job there. So, excellent to see. Yeah, anyway, Greyhound, Veteran C2, by the way, pushing on in. Pack 40 moving on into counter, but we have Riflemen that could go for intercept on the Pack 40. Oh, wait, no, MG, right there. Wait, no, he's repositioning. Hold on. I was going to say to stop the infantry. Oh, nice shot. A lot of blood, but no. Oh, there's casualty. Damn it. Oh, my God. Asha's like, I know what to do. Sniper. That's what I'm going to deploy to turn the tide. All right, buddy. You do you. Sniper is now going to be on the field. The reason I say that is just because the howitzer is going to be a hell of a thing for that sniper to dodge, as well as the Greyhounds to give chase. Because I bet, I'm pointing out there, I feel like Hans is not how do I say this in a nice way? He is here. I'll say it like this: he is crazy enough to dive a sniper with a Greyhound and risk it for the biscuit to try to get that kill. I guarantee you. Anyways, the infantry are putting a lot of pressure on the Osttruppen, forcing one squad back. Panzer Grenadier squad waiting for support, but I don't think that Panzer IV is gonna do much, especially if the where are those AT guns? Actually, wait, AT guns might be far enough back. The Panzer IV could do some action. Anyway, MG in a trench going down thanks to, yep, defensive fortifications. Actually, you know what? We could see a Pack 43. Oh, wait, mines being dropped. Helping Hans calling in the aerial mines. And by God, that pushed back the MG, the sniper, and a whole bunch of infantry. And yeah, the left side is open for the taking. Big American push by Hans. Again, we have the captain, we have MG, we have AT, we have all sorts. Oh my God. Hans is like, my trench. Mine now. Oh God, this is gonna be a hell of a thing for that for them to deal with. Hold on, 2-2-2 out of position, gets knocked out. Asha losing a very vital unit to keep the front under his control. Luckily, Sniper and all the infantry are at least putting enough pressure to hopefully force them from the trench. And yeah, the captain repositions. Pack 40 lining up a shot on the Greyhound, but Greyhound backing the heck up and making sure they don't get up, you know, hit by a nasty shot. But luckily, 50 cals right there. A lot of infantry though are coming on in. Yeah, the 50 cal may want to retreat. Nice shot with the Pack 40, forcing it back as well. Paratroopers though on standby with a second Greyhound, waiting for the infantry to push. Hold on, paratroopers might try to dive the sniper. He's in a very vital position. Again, the sniper could be hit. Also, I'm surprised we haven't seen any bars on the infantry, but helping Hans done so far with his, so far pretty well with his income. Now, what is Hans going to get? I don't know. I think Jackson might be a little more vital, but a Sherman could easily be used in this situation because Asha, let's see, Asha has yet to upgrade to Battle Phase 3 and is still in Battle Phase 2, which is going to keep him in a little bit of a precarious situation. Asha is deployed as Stug E, so yeah, we have this thing on the field. Not a big fan of this thing. I just don't think it's worth it. I've seen it be used well. Don't be wrong, but we'll see. Well, it's already been a field for some time, to be honest. We now have a Stoogie on the field. Oh boy. And again, a Jackson would be a good counter to it, as well as the Panzer IV, and be the most dominant, like, pretty much tank on the field, I would say. I mean, it's a tank destroyer, but I mean, it would take a lot to bring that down. The Panzer IV, I don't think, could. And it would also be a good counter to the Greyhounds, which is predominantly holding off the infantry. So we'll see. Sniper moving on into mid while the Osttruppen try to take territory. Minefield has been set up to kind of guard the area. Captain and MG moving on in, but the Sniper's picking them off. Pioneer squad being pushed back by one Rifleman squad. Panzer IV looking the wrong way. Where's that M1? Oh, it's right here. Veteran C2. Great coverage on this position. And yeah, Osttruppen does manage to push back the Captain. And the Stoogie opening fire on the MG. So far, no kills yet, but hopefully that changes soon. Captain getting some veterancy. Panzer Grenadiers pushing on the AT gun. Bundle grenade being thrown. 20 kills. Can he finish off the AT? Come on. Oh, great hit. Losing a majority of its health. Oh my god, that man is flying toward the screen. Holy god. Just waving at the camera as he flies by. But that's one AT gun down. Now Asha's going for the second one. But we have a cluster bomb in effect, keeping it from being focused on. And yeah, Osttruppen retreating, but middle wide open to be taken. Sniper, by the way, up to 7 kills. And yeah, hoping Hans very close in terms of Asha, but about to deploy Jackson, which should give helping Hans a slight edge. But good job on the counterattack by Asha, until you realize the fact that he's currently cut off and has very little resources coming in. Then it starts to turn a little bit against him. Pack 40 opening fire. But, oh wait, no, he's not able to. What the hell? Something just blew up. Oh, did artillery fire just detonate a mine on the MG? I think it did. Oh, no. Anyway, Stoogie trying to provide some coverage. MG for the 50 cal moving on in. Right now, Asha needs a decisive blow against any of helping Hans's units. 50 cal, no point pressure on the pack gun, forcing it back. Jackson now on the field, charging the Stoogie. Pack gun's out of position, not set up. Getting a great shot on the Stoogie. Pack gun now ready to fire. Gets a great hit. Greyhound coming in behind the MG. Veteran C3 with 16 kills. Panzer IV trying to come in against him, but so far looking in the wrong direction. Maybe he saw Bigfoot. Not sure what, but he's not looking at the Greyhound, which is the bigger threat. Osttruppen behind cover. We have something coming on in. Is that Major? Major artillery about to force the Osttruppen off the VP. At the very least, Asha still has a lead. That's the thing I will say. It looks grim for Asha right now, but he has time. He has time to breathe. He has time to reorganize his troops and get his front fixed in order to do that blow against Hans. Hans is keeping the pressure and keeping the VP points getting closer and closer and closer for him to overtake Asha, but it's not out of the woods. Asha still has time, and that time is all that you need in order to bring things around. Anyway, infantry in mid. Panzer IV could get a nice shot. Misses, though. God dang it, Panzer IV. Osttruppen trying to do some shots, but Jackson firing right through or past them, hitting the Panzer IV. Osttruppen trying to grab that VP on left. What's his Stoogie coming on in? Not getting a lot of kills. So far, no kills. Does push back the Captain, I'll give it that. Panzer Grenadiers trying to take mid. Riflemen opening fire on them, but Panzer Grenadiers delivering a decisive counterattack, forcing them back. Jackson having no support now is backing on up, waiting for additional support. Greyhound inbound to hold back the Panzer Grenadiers. They may throw a bundle grenade. Oh, wait, no, they don't have enough. They need a few more seconds. They might at least focus on their echelons. No, they're being suppressed by something. I'm assuming it's the 50 cal. Yeah, it is. Osttruppen taking mid. Left-hand side, Pioneers taking the point while the Greyhound does what it does best and just open fire on the Pioneers, or aka infantry. Both points are now under Asha's control, and that's great timing because literally Hans was about to overtake Asha with VPs, but no, Asha's saying, I will not let you get superiority yet, not yet anyway. Does some good shots and takes back some key pieces of territory. Sniper putting pressure on their echelon. They decap the point, but I don't think they'll be able to capture it by the time that Sniper... wait, hold on. Sniper being pushed back, or at least falling back because of the Greyhound at the very least. The amount of units to micro, fair point, there's a lot of units CS to micro right now on the field. So again, going to be pretty hard for Hans to keep things, and Asha to keep all of his area under his control. And Hans has a lot more units specifically than Asha, so it's going to be a little trickier. A lot of units coming on in. We do have Cluster Bomb absolutely active. Panzer IV crippled, I'm assuming by AT grenade from him. Jackson trying to finish him off. Pack guns, where are you? They're out of position. Jackson could go in for decisive blow. Exploding fuel tank doesn't do all that much. Wait, Jackson misses the shot. This could be it. Jackson, oh, Panzer IV misses. Pack gun fires, not destroying its main gun. And again, I think the mod stops that from happening that they're currently using. And Jackson will escape. Wait, isn't there a teller mine over here that's been like waiting forever? Or did he clear that? I think he cleared it. Yeah, I think it was by the crater. So, yep, it's already been cleared. Jackson taking a long way around, but it's enough to where he doesn't lose the unit. Meanwhile, in mid, Greyhound being pressed by the pack. Very risky. Stoogie as well pushing up. Trying to knock out the AT gun. Hans' forces are getting a little bit hit, taking a little bit of damage. But overall, his front hasn't collapsed yet, or at least he's keeping things in order. Wait, Osttruppen might lose it here. He's taking a lot of damage from a lot of very potent infantry. But wait, they're focused on the pack gun right now. Stoogie trying to stop him. Not doing a lot of damage, or at least not getting a lot of kills. Osttruppen at least trying to hold on to the point, stopping the VP point bleed. But what's this? Yeah, Hans not winning VP point-wise. I missed that. Apologies. Bottom grenade being thrown. On the retreat again! Very low on health, but the last day should be able to escape just fine. Greyhound hiding behind the tank. Putting pressure on the Osttruppen. And yeah, we're in a situation right now where it's not looking good. Asha losing a unit here, losing a unit there, especially with the Panzer IV being taken out. That's a heavy blow. What does Asha, what do you do as Asha? I know it might be a bit of a ballsy maneuver, but maybe it's time for a Stoog Force. I'm just saying, Stoog Force. You got the Stoogies, get all the, bring all the Stoogs to the table. That might be what you have to do. Alright, at least this one is still putting shots on target with the rifleman. Hopefully drives them off the point. Although that shot wasn't as effective as it needed to be. Osttruppen very low on health. Greyhound forcing it back. 2 shots and so far no models killed. Pack 40 with Panzer Grenadier. Oh, Panzer Grenadiers will force him off the point, that's for sure. Oh, that was a better shot. Jackson being forced back. The left side is under German control. Right side is easily under Hans's control. And yeah, it looks like an Osttruppen might have bitten it. Howitzer as well. 28 kills. Got to give it up to the Howitzer that's been doing so much. Yep. Rear echelon taking a lot of hits. Also, the sniper croaked. So, there we go. Stoogie showing he can do something. Gets a kill on the rear echelon. Either that or helping Hans let it die, but I doubt that. Greyhound opening fire on the Pioneer Squad, trying to go for that decisive blow, but alas, not able to. Nice Panzerfaust and a pack shot. Knocks out one of those pesky Greyhounds and delivers a good blow. But cluster bomb is inbound. He needs to get his men out now before the aerial mines take him out. And by God, they are dropping and doing quite a bit of damage to Asha. Oh, there goes the Panzer Grenadier Squad. Oh God, that's bad. That was a decisive unit holding the line. So, well, yes, great job on killing a unit on Hans's side. Against Hans. Hans did kill quite a few of your better units, and now you're stuck with a Panzer IV. M1 repositioning. Stu trying to beat back the M1, but Panzer IV hides behind the building before a second shot can be fired. Stoogie trying to wear him down. We have a Sherman about to deploy. Again, Han still has a decent amount of reserves left to bring up reinforcements, to bring it up. With the sniper gone and now a new Panzer IV, a lot of elite troops of Asha gone. Asha has kept this game going a lot, very, very well. And he was winning for a decent amount of time. But I think Hans is going to have enough, especially with his veterancy. By God, Hans has a ton of really, really good units of each with different types. From the paratrooper, the rifleman, the howitzer, all sorts of good stuff. Pack gun being knocked out, I think, by the howitzer. I could be wrong there, but I think the howitzer neutralized it. And again, I love how he's keeping his, just keeping it back at base. Being like, I'm not moving it up. I'm keeping this sucker back. It's way too vital. But yeah, also the amount of territory that Asha currently has compared to Hans is staggering. Again, Hans currently has a way better map control right now, which again is predominant because Asha has less units on the field. Wait, this could be a big blow right now. MG out of position, being set up. Oh, he's going to lose that. Pack gun out of position. Jackson needs to be taken out. Can he do so? No, the Osttruppen cannot Panzerfaust for 2 seconds. That allows the Jackson time to escape. Jackson Fires the shot on the Panzer IV, pushing it back. AT grenade hits the Panzer IV. This could be it. Jackson needs to move on up to kill the Panzer IV, or that Sherman needs to come into play, but it's busy knocking out the pack gun. Stoogie trying to do what it can. Asha losing a lot of his support equipment. Both packs and MG are now down. Pioneer's making a desperate repair option. Can he get it back up to the front? Can he turn the tide? That is the question right now, and I think we all know the answer, but I'm hopeful. I'm really hopeful. Stoogie trying to do what it can. Nice decisive action against the captain, but they will grab the point barely. Pack 40 recruit, hitting the Sherman with the Stoogie. Up to veteran C3. Alright, so there we go. Alright, Stoogie, the last hope. You need to kill a lot of infantry. A lot of really, really veteran infantry in a single shot. Best of luck. Panzer IV does get the heals, and Asha does deploy some more men and recruit some units. Hopefully it's enough for him to keep. Again, he has time. He's not bleeding out profusely. He has 1 VP, but he needs to come back against Hans and start killing those men. He needs to decisively take out those AT guns. He needs to knock out those Greyhounds, or he did knock out a Greyhound. 1 shot. Greyhound is going to quickly pull back to escape. M1 guarding it, and Jackson as well coming up on the front. Pack gun is there, but not positioned, so Jackson gets a nice shot without being anything hitting him. MG in the building. Paratroopers walking on up, though being suppressed barely, I might add, but they are being suppressed with the howitzer opening fire on target. Grenade being thrown. This could be it for the MG, and it does wipe the MG in the building with a second Stooge being developed of a slight variation between the G model. More designed against armor, which is desperately needed to hold back the Sherman, the Greyhound, and the Jackson on the field. Infantry, though, are currently controlling all of the VPs right now, and Hans is, well, keeping a decisive action against Asha, and I think with double the population, I think Hans has sealed it. And again, I'm going to point out the fact that Asha still could come back, but it's going to be a hell of a turn if he does. Alright, MG being picked off as it's retreating back to base. Will it die? That's the question. It's very low. Sherman now charging close to the base. Explosive shot luckily hits a tree, preventing the MG from being knocked out. Panzer IV is just being kept back. He just doesn't have the armor to combat the Jackson head on. Having a real rough time fighting it. And again, there's a lot of armor, a lot of very good infantry, all things considered, keeping Hans 1 step ahead of Asha. Sherman, though, could again, also weird Tellermine placement. I guess he keeps thinking Hans is going to charge him. Anyway, point is, Sherman is being pushed back. Oh my god, there's a Osttruppen trying to jump on that tank. Go, man, go, you can do it. Anyway, the Stoogie seeing the Osttruppen trying his best to hold back the Panzer IV, the Sherman, is diving on in, although Panzer IV taking fire from the Jackson and Pack 40 as well. Trying to get a shot, but unfortunately not able to hit anything, really. That Osttruppen still trying to stop that Sherman. He's doing everything in his power. He's stuck in the treads, trying to slow it down and help out the Germans. Oh boy, Osttruppen putting out. Here's the situation. I keep saying, Asha has time. Asha has time. Asha has no time. He's burned his time. He has not many points remaining, especially with a triple VP cap, before he, loses everything. He lost 1 Osttruppen. He might lose another in a mere moment to Riflemen, which, by the way, have gotten 18, 22 kills. Paratroopers of 20. At least they'll grab the point on the left. That's friendly fire. I saw that, Stug. Anyway, other Stug on standby. He's pretty much kept in his base right now. Rifleman with bars equipped, now putting pressure at the pack, trying to decrew it. I'm assuming to allow the Jackson to finish off the armor. Jackson moving on in. Pack gun is decrewed. Panzer IV, unfortunately, wrong way, Panzer IV. You want the other way, hopefully, for a bounce. M1 taking out the pack gun. And yes, I think this is it, ladies and gentlemen. I think, with a heavy heart, I'm going to say Asha is done. Asha, you did your best. You played well. But alas, helping Hans played slightly better and kept the map control this game. And again, kept your units alive this game. The double Greyhounds I snickered at, but I think that was exactly what was needed. Wait, Greyhound very close to dying, but M1 should finish it off. Does. Panzer IV now up to bat, and the Jackson and or Sherman will probably finish it. Oh, nope. There it goes. M1 got it. Stug now left, but I think he might be able to use extended range. Asha, though, before that could even happen, leaves the game, and that's gonna be it, ladies and gentlemen. That is game. Helping Hans has won round 1 and round 2, allowing him to continue on to tomorrow's games, which I think we'll see how things go tomorrow. Hopefully, it goes well, but Hans did extremely well. Again, he kept the units alive. He didn't do any unnecessary dives as far as I could see. While Asha did do a dive, he was expecting Hans to dive. Hans never did. The closest was that Sherman on the base, but he backed off pretty quick. Yeah, Asha, I don't know what that Panzer IV was going for. I'm assuming you were trying to go for an attack on the ambulance. Whatever the case may be, it didn't work out how I think you wanted to, and I think that early Panzer IV loss really cost you the game because those Greyhounds just ran rampant on the battlefield and pushed a lot of your forces back. I mean, to be fair, they're still on the field with 25 kills, my god, and actually 2 vehicles, which might have also been support equipment, but I digress. Point of the matter is, the Greyhounds did their work until Hans was able to bring up the Sherman, or the Jackson, then the Sherman, and really keep your armor at bay. And with the Jackson on the table, yeah, the Stuggy was not cutting it, unfortunately for you. But yeah, that's, let's double check the after action report, shall we? Let's see how Hans did, and Asha did. This, by the way, is a best of 3, so Asha is done for. He is knocked out. But good job on Hans's part. Also, I think, I could be wrong. Yeah, Hans is currently live right now, so I'm going to make the assumption that he is currently streaming this live, which, by God, that's a hell of a thing to do. So, really good job on his part. Anyway, let's figure out what is next, shall we, in terms of the commanders. But before we do that, let's double check the after action report. Helping Hans, positive KD. Asha, not so much. Damage-wise, very close, but Helping Hans edges it out. A lot of damage for the M1s. Did a lot of damage. I saw, okay, Greyhound did do friendly fire. I thought he did. Anyway, let's double check Asha. Asha, not so much with the pack. Oh my god, is that actually counter? That's funny. Okay, M1, 4 kills, 1 loss. Asha, lost 4, only 1 kill. Damn. Yeah, so as we saw, Osttruppen paid off for Hans in the first game. Not so much for Asha in the second game, unfortunately. But Asha gave it his all, and honestly, just like Barter in the first round, he managed to come back in the second game in a way I did not expect, and honestly start dominating. But alas, he wasn't able to put the nail in the coffin for Hans, and that cost him. Hello everyone, before I go, I want to give a special shout out to my patrons Joey G240, Little Koosh, Milam, Ace, Anton, Bishara, Ion, PyroShark, Jakub, Ocwieja. Thank you guys so very much for your amazing support. You guys are incredible. Thank you to everyone who watches. It's been Greyshot17 and his incredible patrons, and I'll see all of you next time.